innovation, resilience, agility. It's how Michigan businesses continue to work together to make a difference now and shape the future. Join us and make your mark where it matters. Visit michiganbusiness.org/radio.
This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The drippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up, let's ring it. Tell us with a shot of the day what you don't need to know has more things that you don't need to know. And our question asked Kim Jong-un. He brought his own toilets when he met with Donald Trump there in Singapore. He just basically he's got a thing like he's got to poop where he's got to poop, and he's afraid that if someone they might take his stool
and learn about his health,
and they would learn all things about. So he believes that, and he's probably right for some weird, he's probably right. You can probably take somebody's poop and get all the information you need to know out of him.
I'm sure you could. I just don't think anyone's worried about his poop. I just don't, man.
Yeah.
And one thing to keep in mind, I don't know if this is a propaganda thing, and this is very important to understand, though. Part of the reason he may have brought his own toilet is because he is the grandson of Dear Leader, okay? And Dear Leader had many of the North Koreans convinced of a great many things that he never did, but one of the things, as far as they believe, that he never did was use the bathroom. He's a little above, right? So the thing is, though,
he doesn't make the stink.
He doesn't make the stinky. So I just got to think, if I'm the grandson of this guy and I'm trying to still convey this message, right? And I limit the free flow of information there, but if there is a video or picture of him entering or exiting a restroom and somehow this makes its way to North Korea, it ruins everything that you've been saying, right? So
I don't think I'd pick that. If that was an option, like, you know what, man, you don't have to ever use the bathroom again. I'm like, no, you know what? I need to be able to get up and escape.
Oh no, I get you. But Dear Leader, he was more than human. See, so I think deep down they're saying all this crap about its security, and it's like, man, I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think, look, this is the con that, and I don't know how you have pulled this off for at least 2 generations, right? And I'm not sure everyone believes that, but to protect the hype that you don't make the stinky, that you don't visit Browntown, that you don't punch the grumpy like everybody else, it's important to bring your own toilet. That way, no one ever has any image of you going in or exiting. That's what I believe.
Healthy or unhealthy, what was someone unusually obsessed or attached to? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
How you guys doing?
Doing great.
That's good. So I got this unhealthy thing that my friends and I are doing. It's a science experiment.
Okay.
What it is 15 years ago, we went to McDonald's and bought a Big Mac, all right? And we decided to see, when we were at the time, we were all, blazed as hell, high as a kite, drunk as well. And so we decided to say, hey, how long can we make this Big Mac last? And so we set it down as a goal, and so far it's been 15 years. Granted, I'm 38. It's been 15 years, and the Big Mac looks exactly the same as it did 15 years
What about
ago.
the lettuce? The lettuce has had to wilt away, right?
It's wilted a little bit, but nothing else has changed. The only thing that's changed is the lettuce has changed color.
Is it still in the box, or did you guys put it in like a bag or something?
It's still in the box.
Who's in charge? Who's in charge of keeping the Big Mac, or is it kind of traded homes as need be?
That'll be my friend Kyle. He's the one who's in charge of that.
Now, is Kyle single? Because this is a hard sell, right? Like, hey, baby, listen, I know you got rid of my Miller Lite neon sign,
even if you had
and my
mice in your
posters
house
with the boost, but listen, I know that this hamburger is 15 years old, but me and my buddies, which is never an upsell in anything, but me and my buddies have decided to keep this as a science experiment.
Yeah, pretty much. He has no girlfriend or wife or anything. He doesn't want any kids. He just wants to remain single, and that's pretty much it.
He will with a 15-year-old Big Mac.
You keep that Big Mac, now, brother. That's a guarantee.
Can you open the Big Mac and see the different layers of it still, or is it just kind of all? Is it together? Is it formed together, or is it still? You know what I mean? Could you take it apart?
Yeah, you can take it completely apart. I mean, you can take off the bun. You can even take off the pickles that are still there.
Huh. Wow.
It's got it's starting to get a bit of an odor, but it's after 15 years.
But it's 15 years later.
To show that fast food, like McDonald's, I mean, you got to think, And yeah, it tastes good, but if it's still look exactly the same 15 years later and not decompose, it's
impressive.
I mean, look,
it's really impressive.
It's terrifying, but think about all the things that we eat. Like if you drink a Coke, right? Miles, you were saying this the other day. Like basically, you're dumping caustic acid
in your body
down your throat because it'll take the rust off a nail. We just have the lining on our stomach, so like we'll drink caustic acid and you'll eat a burger that doesn't go away for 15 years. Like at this point, I mean, you're right. Like obviously, none of this stuff is healthy. I'm sure there's better alternatives, but like
that's not why I'm eating
after this many years, like
you could go to the junkyard, man, and you could take any seat and you could push it forward if it's like a 2-door car. And you could look down, and you're going to find a McDonald's French fry, right. And you're going to be able to eat it. It's going to look exactly the same. It's guaranteed to be in there. You might find a nugget under the seat. It'll be close. It'll be real close.
15 years. Man.
Healthy or unhealthy, what was someone unusually obsessed or attached to? 844-999-OLA. I like the scientific approach to it.
Hey, man, no, listen, I admire what they've done. I'm just, in the group of guys that I've known in my life, there's no chance it would have made it 50. No one would have eaten.
I would have done that like in school for a science fair project that would have only lasted like 2 or 3 months.
At most.
Because I didn't have the time. I had to be done. You know what I mean? Like I could do it. It would just be how much time do I have leading up to the due date?
All right, well, then here's a question for any teacher that's listening, okay? In theory, my kids, when they're seniors in high school, juniors, whatever, they're going to have to do some major science project, right?
You would guess.
I'm just assuming. If I buy them, what did you have, the Big Mac, quarter pounder, whatever. If I buy them one now, okay, my daughter, she'll be going to second grade, so like you, for the next 10, 11 years, we're just going to keep this. But when your science project comes up, you've got this. Like, you've got it. This burger is 10 or 11 years old, and you could even say, like my father, it's like saving for college. I don't know that my kids are going to college, but I still got to put money away. All right, so if I can do that, certainly I could save a burger for a science project, but would that be cheating? Because I don't think it is. I'm looking ahead. You're going to give them a science project, but their science project's going to be more intriguing than anyone else. Yeah. It's like, this is legitimately a 10-year-old hamburger.
Not only that, but they probably don't have the same food at that point.
That's a good point.
Healthy or unhealthy, what was someone unusually obsessed or attached to? 844-999-OLA.
Do it with the elusive McRib. Hello, Joey. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
What's going on, guys?
How are you, sir?
Doing good. So, super unhealthy. I used to consume massive amounts of energy drinks daily.
That's kind of like the poor man's heroin. How much of this stuff were you drinking?
I easily crush 4 a day.
Okay. And what was your brand of choice?
Always will be Red Bull.
Okay,
always.
Red Bull.
Okay.
But how
the
how
small
big
ones
are the
or
Red
big
Bulls?
ones?
I'd go with the medium size. I could never do one of the 20-ounce ones just because it'd get warm before I could finish it.
Let me ask you, what made you stop?
My wife.
So it wasn't your doctor. It was.
No,
it was just. It was. Was it the?
Your doctor doesn't nag you. Your doctor talks to you once a year.
But he could But he could say something that would scare the living bejesus out of you. I mean, so could your wife. Trust me. But how much was it? A matter of cost, expense, or was it just her general health concern? What was it? Budgetary? What was her deal?
It wasn't budget. It wasn't with the budget at all. It was more health related. I mean, I've always worked out enough to where I didn't have to worry about, putting on a lot of extra weight. It was more just, I was always super jittery, and she thought she heard like a change in my heartbeat, I guess, one day. She said it sounded like my heartbeat was beating weird, so.
You tell them that's your wings flapping. Red Bull gives you wings.
It tells me you're laying on me and I'm horny, baby, and we're on the couch.
Yeah, that pulse
come on. Says I'm.
Now, do you drink none at all, or did you just cut back?
It's like far and few between. I mean, maybe like a Red Bull now and again.
How long did it take you to? How long did it take you to normalize that? Like cutting back on Red Bull that much? Was there did you notice a withdrawal?
For a little bit, yeah. The caffeine headaches were insane. Like they were.
So where are you getting your upper from now? That's what I got to ask.
I never really needed it for the upper. I mean, once I started cutting back and started going back to working out and stuff, I guess I just got a little bit better at keeping my energy up and keeping myself.
Because I'll say this. There's a lot of people who have obviously, if you're in the music industry, you've been on the road a lot, You've stayed in a lot of hotels. There's not a lot of regularity at times. You don't really have a home or whatever. And a lot of guys, they crash and burn, and they go through their thing, and they end up in rehab, or they end up quitting something, or whatever it is. I mean, it's a tough road to be an addict because there's nothing that's anchoring. So all these guys that come through, there gets to a point where you can only take so much. And there's a lot of guys that have just reached the point where something has happened and they just had to figure it out and they had to stop. Now, when you go backstage, it's not that there's not beer back there or anything else, but man, there are a ton of energy drinks. Ooh, Jesus, that sounded wet. I just know for a fact
moist.
That
That's
as
probably
much as people say that they aren't addicted to something, as much as people say that it's just a switch and it's a change. Yeah, throw that thing over here. It's a change in what they're addicted to.
It is.
So it's not. In other words, like, look, man, I'm not saying, look, if you're not drinking anymore and you had a problem with drinking, that's great. That you're not drinking anymore and you can keep it together, because that's not easy for anybody. But on the flip side of it, when you're just exchanging, look, it's like saying this. Look, I don't do Coke anymore, but you know what I will do? I'll do 8 Red Bulls in a day.
Sure.
And I can do a couple Red Bulls backstage because they're there, and I drink it. And I'm like, I'm freaking flying. Like, my body is shaking now.
That's why you stick with cocaine. Well, I've told you that time and time again at the NA meetings.
It's like, you're not sober either. You might think that you're sober, but you're not. Like, if I'm on Adderall, I'm not sober.
Right.
Like, don't get me wrong. I have no problem going up. I like having a good time and staying up all night. There's a reason, though, I'll go to bed at 10 o'clock right now because I'm so damn tired.
But it's just legal. I just popped some Xan. Listen, I won't say what band it was, but we played with this band once. They'd been around for years and years and years. And we were lucky enough to open for them. And the one thing they said backstage is we get along pretty well. And they said, listen, you guys are more than welcome to come back here. And in the fridge, you can drink all the beer you want. There are 5 dudes in this band. Maybe they drank a total of 3. And me and my guys, we drank the piss.
And it was their beer.
It was their beer, but they said, please, because they just give it to us, drink it. So we demolish their beer, okay? And now they're preparing to go on stage, and the thing they're looking for is the Red Bull. None of us, as far as I know, drink the Red Bull. My understanding was that whoever's responsible for backstage supplies, they did not stock the Red Bull, and I won't say the guy what, but the lead singer of this band, he had one of the more epic meltdowns I've seen, just from a person in general, but also it was about the Red Bull, man. And we're all looking at each other like, I don't think he understands exactly. This is like me not being able to find a cigarette after a bad night. You know what I mean? I just admit, like, yeah, I'm addicted to cigarettes. Like, brother, you need to get a Red Bull quick. And it was great. So he has this meltdown. He is screaming. He is yelling. He is throwing things. 2 minutes later, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. And here's this guy on stage, and all I can think is, nobody knows this. That dude wants a Red Bull so bad right now. He wants a Red Bull so bad. You just don't know.
I'm clean.
Right.
All right. Healthy or unhealthy, what was someone unusually obsessed or attached to? We've got your emails coming up from the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bitchola. You have entered the Men's Room.
Coming up, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. Also, the return of Who Sucks Less in minutes. First time for a few emails from the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com.
You've got mail.
All right, let's jump into the emails. Guys, I hope I'm not too late sending a birthday shout-out to twin girls Jocelyn and Piper. It is their first birthday today, and I know they would love to hear a little kid fish sandwich.
Do you know that?
Thanks for the daily laughs and for Thrill reminding the listeners how delicious veggies are. That from Derek.
Fish sandwich.
Guys, today my youngest grandchild and a force to be reckoned with, the lovely Evangelina Grace, Ava to our loyal subjects, turns 6. Please grace her with a little kid fish sandwich. That would make her happy. Thanks, guys, from Mike in Port Orchard.
Fish sandwich.
Here's more. Ola Bacholas, I would love to wish my husband Nick a very happy 26th. He loves your show, listens daily, even in the shower.
Yeah, baby.
Can he get your penis is too small and the dirty Germans talking about being an airborne ranger with great hair? That, guys, is from the lovely Sarah.
Yeah, I could not help but notice your healthy head of hair, but not the one on top of your head.
Ja, deine Haare machen nix aus.
Ooh.
Guys, gonna get a birthday shout out for my brother Joe. He is 29 and is working. He's been listening to the Men's Room for years. How about an original fish sandwich? And will one of the sexy Germans ask him what he's wearing and if his lederhosen are clean? Thanks, guys. That from Kenneth D.
Fish sandwich?
Yeah, I did like your friend Kenneth D. What does the D for? Your Lederhosen are always clean if you wear them inside out.
Ja, das D ist für dreckig, wie deine Lederhosen.
Hola, guys. Please give my friend Morgan a birthday shout-out with turtle wax and wedding puke in the paws. Maybe your penis is too small in the other one. He's an awesome guy and an awesome coworker. Thanks, guys, and keep on rocking. Guys, love to wish our Master Power Sport Tech Kyle a happy Dirty 30. We do not envy the hangover that you will endure and hope for a speedy recovery. You need some dirty Germans talking about getting old. Liquor and horse, guys. That from Christina and from Nick.
Yeah, there is no problem with getting old. The age you want to hit is 69.
Ja, älter ist besser, das mehr zu trecken mit.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is what you sound like. Never mind.
Only you dinosaurs like to wish Lacey, the dirtiest and hottest mechanic I know, a happy birthday. Can you get the dirty Germans talking about how well she handles her tools, guys?
Yeah, I understand that you handle tools quite well. You'll handle my screwdriver.
Ja, ich höre, dass du kannst ganz schön den Hammer schlagen.
Yeah, try not to get excited. This is flathead.
Hello, Micholas. Today is my beautiful baby mama and fiance Taryn's 32nd trip around the sun. Can this gorgeous woman get a suck-it-up cupcake and an uh-oh look out? Thank you guys so much. That from Adrian.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
Uh-oh, look out.
Greetings. I'd like to wish my husband Chris a wonderful happy birthday because he is awesome. Can you give him an original fish sandwich for his 33rd trip around the sun? And can you guys talk all over each other about fast cars, Challengers being better than the rest? Love from his favorite wife. That would be the lovely Courtney.
Fish sandwich?
As far as Challengers, I remember
really
January 28, 1986.
I heard once that you can
was
put
one day away from my 16th birthday. Teacher Krista McCullough was set to be up because teacher in space.
That's actually
Unfortunately, a sail failure caused external fuel tank to explode 73 seconds into flight, killing 7 aboard. And the last thing I remember before our teacher turned off the television was obviously a major malfunction. Well, about the Challenger. It's my 34th birthday. I would love some dirty Germans. That from Angela.
Yeah, Miles, you want to talk about things that explode in 73 seconds. I can hook you up.
Ja, schönes Geburtstag zu dich. Bisschen Kuchen fressen, bitte?
Ooh. Guys, pretty sure I'm the only one to put in a birthday request on my own birthday. Love listening to you guys. If I could get you all talking over yourself and maybe a Mike Hawk dildo, that would be great. That would make my birthday. Thanks, guys. That from Alex.
You know, man, I think the challenge is going to be to get Mike to say dildo. Because it's not only going to be dildo.
I feel like he should just let it out. It would make him feel so free as a person if he could just say the word.
A little bit of butter on the tip. Finish where you want.
With an O.
He'll eat fried rice. Fellas, today my brother Josh's 33rd birthday is today. Can you get your penis is too small and a Joey chestnut? Thanks, guys. We appreciated that from Big Brother Paul. Guys, it's Angie's 34th birthday. The woman is the love of my life. Could you give her a little kid fish sandwich and maybe a heavy portion of dirty German to finish it up? Thanks, guys. That from Chris.
Fish sandwich.
Yeah, I want to use your ass like a Chinese finger grip.
Alles Gute zu deinem Geburtstag und ein bisschen Brezel in deinem Bett.
Like a finger trap, you mean?
Yeah. You
guys, and Woman, please, hope you are working today, because today is actually, we're not. We are on. Oh, that sucks. We have a day off.
Damn it.
I hope you're working today, because today's my husband Joe's birthday, pronounced Old Willie. Love the show and almost always participate in the shot of the day. He is the sexiest man in the universe. I know he'd like a big old bong rip, and you like that. Thanks so much, guys. That from the Andy Mack. Yeah. You like that? Dude, today my love Katie takes her 41st trip around the sun. How about the dirty Germans discussing something thick and girthy? Much appreciated. That from Troy.
Yeah, that would be simple. It is called my penis.
Ja, würdest du gerne einen Blutwurst oder einen Bratwurst für deinen Geburtstag?
Yeah, also my favorite cop buddy drama in Germany, Thick and Girthy. Lieutenant Thick and Colonel Girthy.
And finally, guys, birthday wish. It is Kurt Hergert's 52nd birthday. He hates attention. Can I get your penis is too small? And the dirty Germans talking about his small stature. That from Lon, Oli, Steve, Dirty, Carl, and Robert.
Ja, I picture you straddling me and looking like the Oscar statue.
Ja, du bist wie ein kleines Gnome in meinem Garten.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you.
The Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
A couple extras. I just picked up, guys, two 12 packs of Men's Room Original Red and plan on having them over the tongue and down the throat to party in my tummy before sunset.
Excellent.
Greatest beer ever, guys. That from Billy in Mount Vernon. I will tell you this. I don't know what's going on with the 12 packs. My grocery stores have been having incredible sales. Check where you live right now, man, because that is a hell of a deal on the 12-pack, depending on where you are. You'll see it. It's a great price. If you're seeing what I'm seeing, it is a great price. Guys, as far as names, okay, here we go. I S you not, I have a cousin named Dickie Pease.
Come on,
I
man.
asked my aunt what the hell she was thinking, that from Gail.
Why would you do that?
I had a girlfriend in high school named Anita Lodi. Anita Lodi.
Damn, man.
Guys, I know a white guy named Mookie. He was a busboy when I worked at a restaurant in San Diego.
White Mookie.
I know a stunning white woman named Tanisha. She's a bartender down here in San Jose, a bar called Jack's in Japantown neighborhood in San Jose.
All right, I say we go.
We have a stunning white woman named Tanisha.
Hello, Tanisha.
Guys, pertaining to my ex-wife, we were going through many rough spells as she was spoiled, and we were dealing with actual real life. When she got pregnant, I insisted my daughter be named Sarah. She liked the name, agreed. What she didn't know was Sarah was the hot hostess at Outback Steakhouse that I worked at the time, and I liked her. After she was born, she flipped out and left 6 weeks later. She doesn't know my secret, but man, best decision I ever made. Off the record, 18 months of child support left. Woot woot, that from Squirrel.
You named your daughter after the hot hostess that you worked with at Outback goddamn Steakhouse.
Mm-hmm. No rules. Just right. Missed event. Was supposed to go and meet up with a few friends to watch our Army buddy run in the Boston Marathon. Decided not to go because schedules and not wanting to bother with public transportation, all that crap. Marathon bomb, guys, went off 25 minutes after we were supposed to meet up directly in front of where we were supposed to meet up, and our Army buddies were the ones to rip the fence down to help the victims of the blast. That from Jordan. What I miss? Guys, I miss my son's wedding. I live in San Jose, California. I was in Los Angeles cleaning out my mom's belongings after she passed away. Her service was March 20th, and my son was getting married in San Francisco on March the 15th. So I left Los Angeles on March 14th because I have narcolepsy. It took me until the afternoon of the 15th to get to San Francisco. The wedding was at 5, and I was sitting in traffic in South San Francisco at 5. The really bad thing about it is only the parents attended the wedding.
Oh.
He is still hurt and angry at me. That from Sally in San Jose.
Ah, sorry, Sally. That's
Listening
tough,
on the
man.
Fox. Maybe we'll take you down there, and we'll take you to Outback Steakhouse, where that other email was from. Oh, the San Jose bar. We'll take you to see Tanisha. Guys, a couple more. The other day, Mike Hawk brought up the survey that said 5% of people who took it had never kissed someone. I can say that I am a part of that 5%. I'm 21 and relatively average looking, and it just hasn't happened for me yet. Thankfully, I didn't end up becoming an incel. Look it up if you don't know. Because I'm not.
Why can't you just tell? I hate when people do. You know goddamn well no one knows the word. You just said,
I'm not a delusional, whiny baby. I've just come to accept I'll probably happen eventually when I find the right person. P.S. Listening on and off since middle school. You guys have the highest quality. Hey, hell with that, Colton. Listen to this. Look, Colton, how old are you now? If you're 21 years old. Oh, you are 21.
He's 21.
Okay, you get a ticket to Red Festival, all right? You show up. I will find a woman who will go up on stage and make you a man. Or a man who will go up on stage and make you a man.
Let's do that.
Whatever you're looking for, brother. We will hook you up. There will be somebody at Red Festival who will take care of you. We will bring you up there. We'll get the band to play whatever tune you want while you're making out, and we'll let you make out with some dude or woman for,
You think my man wants a live band
Yes.
to play
Absolutely.
a song of his choice?
Are you kidding me?
So that he can kiss a chick.
Yes.
All right, guys, I want you to play Black Betty in the KISW show.
I mean, there could be all kinds of stuff in there.
Oh, Black Betty, Sham-a-lam.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome 21-year-old Colton up on stage at Red Festival. Colton is a decent 21-year-old man who's never locked his lips around that of another human being. Would anyone like to come up here and kiss Colton for the very first time at Red Festival?
Oh, look at that crowd. Ah, it's a beautiful crowd. You, sir, what's your name? Yes, you with the wet beard and unidentified crumbs in your mustache.
That's right.
Before you kiss this guy, please take your name.
Put on this red lipstick and just absolutely lock and load in. Give you some red to wash down at the end there. So not only will you have your first legal kiss, you have your first legal beer.
Hey, tongue, you're invited to this party.
That's good times, isn't it? Still to come, what you don't need to know. We have more things you don't need to know. Some comments are coming rolling in here real quick. What do we got?
Just one thing that came in. Now, this might shock a lot of people, and I hate to pull the curtain back on this. I don't actually know the language of German. Now, I know a lot of you are like, oh, dude, you've been BSing us the whole time because your German accent's pretty spot on. But no, it's all been a farce. That said, Robin actually does know German, and on occasion says things, and I will be 1,000% honest. We have absolutely no idea what she's saying. Okay,
we have a translator.
Well, not a translator, but they did tip us off. There might be more to what's coming out of Robin's mouth than either you or I know.
Oh, really?
So it just says here. So at one point, very old Mike Hawk, the word dildo, it's just for him. It's like the D word, right? It's just not something he's going to say. All right. So they asked us to talk over each other, talking about dildo. And Robin, I know you were speaking in German, but it says, quote, I caught that definition of dildo, Robin. Were you actually doing the I have no idea what you're saying.
What else starts with a D and ends with an O?
Diego, as in San Diego.
Do.
Oh, okay.
Do something.
Yeah. I don't know who Diego is, but in his absence.
Actually, there's not a lot of good...
Drano.
Yeah, Drano. All right.
Still to come, we've got the return of what you don't need to know, but first...
Now, the men's room wants to know... Who sucks less?
Yay! Time for Who Sucks Less. Steve at Troy Hill, you bring us 3 stories every week out of the news.
Yes.
All these stories suck, but it's up to us to determine which of these 3 stories suck the least. Now, if you like the men's room there on Facebook or you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, the debate is underway on Who Sucks Less.
Yeah, we kind of went all over the place this week because, variety is the spice of life, That's what I try to do. It'd be like going to Baskin-Robbins of 31 flavors and ordering vanilla. So today, what we have running the gamut, we have a man that hosted a special brunch for his friends where he made fajita tacos.
Ooh, I love fajitas.
Okay, well, we'll get back to that. We have a shelter, an animal shelter in Texas, and, they're pit bulls have the reputation they have, but they may have gone a little above and beyond. And then we have the old tried and true, cops beat the piss out of a black guy because even though he's unarmed, wouldn't sit. That's in Arizona. But let's start with our friend who hosted a very special brunch and invited his friends over, and he made, in fact, fajita tacos for each and every person. The meat in the fajita tacos, and it should be noted, his friends did know what the meat source was meat from his severed foot. It turns out that cannibalism, there's no federal law. There's no federal law in America that bars cannibalism. So only in the state of Idaho is eating human flesh illegal.
Oh, so where were they?
They were not in Idaho.
Oh, we're good.
That's all you need to know.
Game
they
on.
weren't in Idaho.
Game on.
Hey, look, it's hard. You still can't murder people. You can't buy or sell human meat. It's not easy to do, but in this case, he has to keep his severed foot, and he invited some friends over. They marinated it overnight, but yes, the next day, and they included pictures that are kind of nauseating, but they, in fact, were served fajitas made out of his foot. I don't know if that's the brunch. Here's a nice picture of him. Let's take a look at that.
Oh, yeah. You know what? They look like knuckles.
They do. All right, now we go to Texas, where a pit bull in Texas and her puppies, they were euthanized. But this happened while the dog was giving birth to the puppies.
Oh.
A former volunteer there said she was doing a walkthrough of the shelter, and she described seeing the dog before it was euthanized and said it appeared friendly but scared. Now later, when she checked on the dog when it was in labor, she started talking to the staff about getting proper this, that, and the other for it. But when she returned to the dog, it was being moved, and she heard later that the dog and her puppies had been put down before the dog had even finished giving birth. All right, so they talked to the shelter person, and they said, yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's the judgment call we made. I guess that particular pit bull, someone had called because it was being aggressive. The puppies, however, we'll never find out. And now let's go to lovely Arizona, where a guy named Robert Johnson, he's leaning against the wall, looking at a cell phone. The cops show up. They search him. He is unarmed. He's not even being investigated for anything. Someone said someone might be trying to break in. This was not the case. The apartment complex where the cops found him is where he lived. He was outside. At some point, though, they did ask him to sit. Well, he refused to sit down. He did lean against the wall and let them search. But when he would not sit, the officers, they attacked him, started punching him, kneeing him, everything else. Now, he says that the conversation is what led to that. Unfortunately, in spite of the video, somehow the audio got lost. So no one has that part of the
If you like the men's room on Facebook, the debate on who sucks less is underway. Brian says Stumpy sucks the least. He celebrated his misfortune, the foot guy, with his friends by sharing a meal. And Brian says Pitbull Killer doesn't even suck at all. Hopefully they killed the pups as well. That's his opinion. You can leave yours if you follow the men's room on Facebook on Who Sucks Less. Soon to come, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. The return of What You Don't Need to Know has more things that seriously you don't need to know. And that's coming up next. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up, we will drink and we will toast with a shot of the day. But first,
we're full of useless information, and you have far too many brain cells not to let us kill a few. So lend an ear while the men's room shares what you don't need to know.
Today on What You Don't Need to Know, believe it or not, we go back to the well of some things that pretty much you really don't need to know. And a lot of them have to do with the left-handed species that is of your people there, Steve.
We just had a conversation about that.
Oh, what as far as the, sorry.
It's a stupid thing. This is a very stupid thing, but we did just talk about this. As a left-handed person, okay, just understand, I'm what I believe about 12% of the population is left-handed. All right, so one of the traditional things you do is when you shake hands upon greeting someone, meeting someone, you shake with your right hand.
You do.
Now, as I understand it, when it comes to masturbating, most people use their dominant hand. All right, so what we realize, because this is the thing that Miles and I talk about during the breaks, I have received more penis than I have given. Do you understand? So the idea that, because I masturbate with his hand and touch my hand, I'm touching hand and touch me. As a left-handed person,
I never have to touch his hand.
You rarely touch my left hand.
So
okay?
I don't touch Steve's penis, but he touches mine anytime we shake
Every
hands.
time I meet someone, right? I lose that battle. Unless I meet another left-handed person, we should have our own special handshake because it's penis-free.
Okay. Let's see here. As far as the left-handed people are concerned, the average person's left hand, believe it or not, does 56% of the typing. So
that makes sense.
56% of the typing, that's done with the left hand. Here's some more. A shark is the only fish that can blink with both eyes.
Wait,
the only fish that can blink with both eyes.
You mean individually?
Yeah, or together. A shark, the only one that can do it.
Huh.
Here's some more things you didn't need to know. Almonds are a member of the peach family. An ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain. An ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain.
That's a big, dumb bird.
Did you know that if you were to shave a tiger with striped fur, what would be underneath?
Stripes.
Striped skin.
That's right.
Absolutely. A dragonfly has a lifespan of...
6 weeks.
6 months.
6 months? Really?
It's a bug that lasts for 6 months.
Damn.
Speaking of, a cockroach can live 9 days without its head before it starves to death. Think about that. A cockroach can live 9 days without its head before it starves to death. Here are some more. Donald Duck comics were banned in Finland because...
he didn't wear pants.
He does not wear pants.
Okay, they're on to something.
More people are killed by this animal annually than are killed in plane crashes.
Mosquito.
Donkeys.
Donkeys?
Donkeys.
I met a donkey once. His name was Pokey, and I can't explain it. Me and this goddamn donkey got along. I know this sounds stupid, but I'm telling you, me and Pokey, dude, I got to tap my heart on that one. Me and Pokey run deep, Robbie.
Stewardesses is the longest word typed with only the left hand.
S-T-E-W-A. I don't know why I'm challenging it. Yes, they're correct.
Marilyn Monroe had 6 toes on 1 foot. These are things that you really don't need to know.
Really?
If you keep a goldfish in a dark room, it'll eventually turn what color?
White.
That is correct. Women blink nearly twice as much as men. Here's an exciting one. Right-handed people live on average 9 years longer than left-handed people do.
Yay! We get all the advantages.
Back to typing. Not typing. The sentence, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, uses...
every letter of the alphabet.
That is correct. And the names of all the continents all end with the same letter, which what they start.
Yeah, Europe, Antarctica, Africa, with the exception of North and South America.
And typewriter is the longest word that can be made using the letters on only one row of the keyboard.
Yes.
Ironically enough, there you go on what you don't need to know. All right, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drinking time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. First, I want to point out that a right-hander commented that they masturbate with their left hand. So when I meet them, at least it's a clean hand. Man.
Okay.
I appreciate that. I'm sure you're not doing it
dong
for me.
on dong.
But thank you. That is right. And today we chose 34-year-old Raheem Drummond of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. He is one of these geniuses who has gotten himself in trouble but has decided in the brief time he's been in jail, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and represent myself because obviously he wants to stay in jail. He waived his preliminary hearing on charges of aggravated harassment by a prisoner. That's the second charge against him. Keep in mind, initially, he was put in prison because of a robbery that he was involved in. But nevertheless, as he was saying that he wanted to represent himself, the state still provided him with a district attorney. And in this particular case, he believed that his client was handing him an envelope with information pertaining to his case. Because a lot of times when these guys choose to represent themselves, they'll still consult with the lawyer about certain legal avenues. So he provided him with an envelope that he believed held information about the case. When the lawyer opened the envelope, instead of being a letter about pre-trial matters, the envelope was opened, and it was opened in court, it should be noted. It was found to contain only fecal matter. Which dude pooped in an envelope. Paid it to the lawyer. Had the lawyer open this in the court case. The lawyer reaches in to grab the letter. It gets a handful of poop. That's where the charges of aggravated harassment by a prisoner come in. He waived his right. It looks like he'll be spending a little extra time behind bars. It seems that he did not think his cunning plan all the way through. But again, yes, hands his lawyer an envelope pertaining to pretrial matters. Again, this is in the courtroom.
What did he think he was going to get out of that?
Man, obviously the guy's crazy, right? I mean, clearly going to prison does not bother him, but that, maybe he just wanted the shot of the day honor. Yeah. I don't know, but I'm like, that is a move, that's man. I'm trying not to laugh, but that's a hell of a move.
Have this.
Yeah. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party and our tummies. Down the hola, bicholas!
Let's get to caller 9 on the line right now for a little profile this. 844-999-OLA.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.